les étoiles, la nuit s'embrase. Le vent léger, doucement il passe. Au volant, on se laisse aller. Doucement, sur cette route dorée. Moteur ronronne, notre voyage commence. Les phares brillent dans la nuit intense. Les villes défilent, on avance encore. Au clair de lune, l'amour éclore. Route de minuit, vol de nuit. Ensemble on fuit tout répit. Route de minuit, juste toi et moi. Ensemble.
Stepping into the world of luxury SUVs. Today we have the 2017 Range Rover Sport HSE SDV6. Now the HSE generally is the trim level, which is the high specification, meaning that this vehicle has a lot of tech in it, a lot of luxury features and everything else that you could pack into a vehicle in this particular model. And the SDV6 generally is the engine that you will find. So this is the diesel variant, being a 3-liter and a V6 engine. So today we're going to talk about the Range Rover lineup, why people have a stigma about them, what competitors it has, and what makes this particular model unique. So let's dive into this video review. The Range Rover Sport generally lies in between the Vogue and Evoque model, meaning it is blessed with both the fuel efficiency and the size factor of a luxury SUV. Being the middle child, this particular model looks sporty yet compact, making it very suitable for many families and many people as well. So let's start off with the fascia of this particular model. This model has the blacked out package. Blacked out package means, the black pack package as it's called by Range Rover, it generally means it is blacked out in certain aspects. Let's start off with this model. The honeycombed grille, it's blacked out. The Range Rover badge, it's blacked out. The ventilations, blacked out. The alloy wheels are blacked out. The brake calipers are blacked out. And the whole top part of the model, it is blacked out. The ventilations on the hood, blacked out. The lights around, blacked out, and the air outlet on the side are blacked out as well. So that's generally the blacked out package of the Range Rover Sport. Concerning the lights, this model has very slim DRLs right here, quite sleek, and also it has the bike xenon LED lights, quite powerful and quite stunning. Kwanza usiku. Headlight washers are located right here, and it also has the LED fog lights. Now this model, since it is the high specification trim, means that it obviously has the 360 view degree camera located on the side mirrors right here and on the other side as well. The front and rear view camera are there as well. It has the parking assist sensors all over this model, making it quite able and quite suitable to maneuver in tight cities. Now, ukiza notice hii gari, it has a very low ground clearance. But the benefit of this model, it comes with both front and rear air suspensions. Now, the brakes used in this model are both disc ventilated. Si kila mtu anazipenda. People kuna wenye wanazijekea the Brembo brakes, but that's up to your pockets. The disc ventilated comes in many models and quite affordable and quite easy to use, mostly if you are not doing performance-oriented things with your model. Under the hood of the Range Rover Sport HSE, first of all, it has the clamshell style of the bonnet. It has the hydraulic starts. This vehicle has the SDV6 model, meaning that it is paired with a 3-liter V6 twin-turbo engine system. Quite powerful, achieves 340 Newton meters of torque and 320 horsepower. it is quite powerful and very suitable for Kenyan roads. The diesel variant majorly is the best suited for long distance driving. Kama unapenda masafari fupi ama you're just using your vehicle generally for point A to B, maybe you're going from home to work, I will highly recommend you get the petrol variant since the diesel engine likes to move sana. Pindi kuwa stationary, hapo ndo unapata accumulation of soot tends to happen. If you have the petrol engine, it is best suited for point A to B. The diesel long distance, maybe you're going from Nairobi to Coast, Kisumu, Tigoni, wherever you like. This particular model, being the HSE package, comes with blacked out alloys, blacked out brake calipers, blacked out air outtakes on the side, giving it a better fuel efficiency and increasing the airflow and reducing wind resistance on this model. Tukiangalia the top part of this model, it's blacked out from the top, from the front to the rear, including the side mirrors, which are heated and they have the side indicators on them, and also it has the camera underneath right here hapa chini. Tukiendelea mbele, the body panel has the swooping lines from the front going onwards to the rear in a direct the airflow, decreasing the air resistance as well. Now these models have a floating roof design, as you can see, and it makes this vehicle more aesthetic. This is the Range Rover design language and you appreciate it. Now when opening the door of these particular models, what you notice, it is these side steps emerges from underneath. Hii sasa ni zile luxury features tu zinaongezeka while you get the Range Rover Sport. Now when you close the door, after a few minutes it goes in like that. So tukienda hapa juu, we have the shark fin on top and a moonroof on the top. This model doesn't come with a sunroof, but it comes with the moonroof. On the wheels of this particular model, it has 21-inch alloy wheels, quite powerful, and at the rear we have the spare wheel, which is a 20-inch wheel. Tukiendelea hapa kwa the wheel caps, we have the Land Rover badges all around these models. Now the rear profile of the Range Rover Sport has the blacked out badge. It has this blacked out panel and this blacked out panel as well. The rear windows are tinted, same with the rear sides of this particular model. We have the brake light on top. The lights are blacked out, but we have LED lights right here, the reflectors down below, and we have the chrome plated dual exhaust tips. Now we have these 4 parking sensors at the bottom. Inasaidia sasa kama as the front in the parking assist. The rear view camera is located right here, and to open this boot or the trunk you can use either the key or the button underneath. So it works, as you can see, once you press the button like this, inside we have a flash boot with this rubber padding in order to protect the trunk material found underneath. So once we remove this rubber padding, we find this panel whereby once we lift it, we find the toolbox underneath and a full-sized spare tire, which is 20 inches wide. So once we close it, we have an power outlet right here. The trunk light is located right here and right here. To close the trunk, quite simple. All you have to do is press the button and it closes. But since we are not closing it, let's return this rubber padding. In the interior of the Range Rover Sport, we have certain elements and certain finishes that make this particular vehicle feel luxurious. You feel like unapata value for money. Starting off with the leather trims you'll find in this particular model. This vehicle is loaded with leather trims everywhere. So the whole dashboard, even upward down kuchini kwa glove box, it is leather treated and leather fitted, not leather treated, leather fitted. The doors are leather fitted, the seats are leather fitted, the center console, the armrest itself, it is leather fitted. The armrest right here, it is leather fitted. The rear seats, leather fitted. Leather iko kila mahali, and you appreciate ooni kama wako wachoyo nayo. Unlike Mercedes, sometimes you'll find wana leather kidogo plastic, leather, plastic, and they throw piano black plastic everywhere. In this particular model, the only place I've noted piano black is right here on top, and it looks elegant. Juu inapelekana na hiyo theme ya the black package, which I highly appreciate. Now, the other thing uta notice about hii gari, although they use plastic, they use soft touch plastic, and it's a high quality plastic. Unaona tu inakaa vizuri, which is located right here across the ventilation areas, in the center console sides, right here and here, and also on the ventilations on the sides. Now they have a wooden treated trims as well. We have wooden trims as well for the center console, right here, and on the door panels kidogo, for the ventilations at the side right there, and on the driver side right here. Wanaongeza two elements za pop to, and you highly appreciate what they are doing. Now, in order to access your glove box, just like the Volvo XC90, which had a button right here, this has a button right here, whereby ukifungua you are exposed to this deep glove box with this fine Alcantara material. Hii material imetumika hapa sana sana ku prevent things from moving around ukieka, since it creates friction technology wise. So powering in this vehicle, it's quite easy. You just have to push to start. Quite easy to use. Now, the climate controls of this vehicle are located right here, which I highly appreciate. Ni physical buttons. Most manufacturers wakiingia Audi, Mercedes, in these modern vehicles waliamua kuweka two screens massive for no purpose. Unataka ku-access, ku-cool down ukidrive, lazima uanze ku-touch screen sana, whereas in this particular model you can just push and then turn on or lower as required. Turn on the AC, you just have to turn the middle dial. So it gauge ikiendelea increase, it means the AC controls the air pressure coming out is stronger with each turn of the dial. Kasa hii it is a full blast, and sahi staki ikue full blast. Let's say I want just it to be moderate, I can just turn it halfway. Now let's say your co-driver is hot and you as the driver is cold. You can use these dials independently to adjust it as required. Very easy and very efficient to use. Ukitaka ku turn on the heating and cooling of the seats, you just have to push and then turn the dials or lower the temperature as required for both the co-driver and the driver as required. Very easy to use, very easy. Watu wengi wanaogopanga Range Rovers, but ziko very easy to use and not complicated at all. I've seen much complex air controls in some vehicles. Ukiingia model kama gani, BMW zingine ziko very complicated. Kwanza za touch screens, avoid. Ukitaka gari haita ku stress ukiendesha daily, just look for a car with physical buttons, which I highly appreciate. This is your volume knob, and inside here we have two cup holders up under the key fob eco. So these cup holders are very unique. They are heated, meaning that if you have a hot drink, you can place it here, and if kama ni ya chuma inaendelea tu kuheat as required, which I think is pretty cool. Tukifunga hiyo, inside here we have a very large storage cabinet with two USB ports, a HDMI port, a SIM toolkit, and tuko na these things zenye squeeze hazitumikangi sana, but unaweza kama 12 volt adapters. Hii generally ni ya people who smoke cigarettes, but in modern vehicles eka tu 12 volt adapter here, or underneath here unaweza toa hii pia weke the 12 volt adapter right here. Inside here we have certain buttons that I want to explain. This is your electric brake. Nikivuruta hivi disengage, upwards ni engage the electric brake. Now these buttons at the center right here, hii nikiifinya nainua gari juu, hii nikiifinya naeka gari chini. These are the air suspension controls basically. Hii ni traction control. Once I press these buttons, unaona hii knob inainuka juu, meaning that I can now engage if I want to enter into different terrains, maybe hill descent. I can just turn the knob like that. If I want to enter into mud terrain, I can just turn this knob like that, and if I am on rocky terrain, I can turn the knob like that. So easy buttons zote, quite easy to use and quite easy to use in any model. Nikimalizana nayo, I just have to push it down. Hill descent assist button right here, na start and stop button right here unaweza izima, and unaweza the cruise control button right here. Hii sasa ni ya kusaidia kuset your speed limit. So let's say una cruise kwa highway na utaki kuvunja sheria, unaweza use this button kuset speed limit yako ni 110. Hata ukisukuma aje gari haitapita hiyo, which I highly appreciate. Isikupate umepigwa fines bure na Kenha. Tukikuja kwa steering wheel, we have the paddle shifts, meaning you can upshift and downshift as required. We have the wipers right here, but si lazima uzitumie since this vehicle comes with the rain sensing technology, meaning that once it starts raining, immediately the wiper turns themselves on, which is quite nice. This infotainment section is touch controlled, whereby unaweza access your parking sensors right here, unaweza access your hill descent features right here, unaweza pick calls from here, unaweza connect sasa your devices right here, unaweza affect even hizo cooling the functions za hizi buttons from here as well. Unaweza enda kwa settings, and in the settings department unaweza affect the theme of this model. So let's say you want it dark, ukitaka iongezeke brightness, you can just use these buttons right here, and it's quite easy to use. Audio settings, unaweza affect how sound is distributed in this vehicle. So unaweza create a surround sound since this vehicle comes with the Meridian sound system, which sounds quite nice. So you can increase the bass, the treble, the subwoofer, and unaweza kuwa kama uko peke yako kwa gari, hutaki kelele ikoe nyuma sana, ama kama watoto wamelala, hutaki kelele ikoe nyuma, unataka ikoe hapa tu mbele pekee, you can use this to look. Unaweza use hii pointer basically useme sound ikuwe point gani ya gari. So unaweza affect everything, which I think it is quite cool. Now tukienda home, this is the home. So right now no phone is paired. Media station tunasikiza ni 80.5. Navigation, this vehicle comes with both Android and Auto CarPlay, Android and Apple CarPlay, which is quite convenient both for both Apple and Android users. Tukikuja kwa the digital display right here, the digital speedometers. Top speed of this model is 240 kilometers per hour. Maximum RPMs is 6,000 RPMs. The mileage of this particular model is 130,000, and right now haina fuel mingi, so let me turn it off. Tukizima, you can see the whole screen goes silent. The steering wheel on this particular model, it is electrically adjustable, quite easy to use. The seats are electrically adjustable with memory function. So once I turn on the vehicle, the seats adjust themselves as required, which is very cool. The buttons to operate the sunroof, as I stated earlier, are located on the top right here. Na nikitaka kufunga, I just have to push the button right here. On the driver's side, we have two buttons. I can use one to open the tailgate, your trunk, nitumie the key, ama I use the button at the rear. The other one ni lane keeping assist. This vehicle came with an installed dash cam, which I think is pretty nice. Now on the other side of the steering wheel, we have the cruise control, whereby using these buttons you can set it, and using this button unaweza limit gari kupita that speed, which is really nice. I like the feel of this gear shifter, and overall I like the setup in this Range Rover. Driver side, I'm a tall guy, unaweza ona tu, headroom is enough, legroom is enough, and if I'm cruising, although this vehicle looks massive, it is actually quite easy to maneuver with it. The rear seats are very spacious, legroom is adequate, thigh room adequate. The rear seats actually both come with heated and cold seats, since this is the high spec model. Inakuja pia na the perforated leather, which feels quite nice kwanza in this hot sun. The function of these seats can be turned on from here, so you can heat them and cool them as required. AC functions pia zinakontroliwa from there. And the other cool feature ni once we drop this part, two excellent cup holders, and once we push this button, you have a small coin tray right here. So I like the finish, leather trimmed kila mahali, and I like the look in this Range Rover Sport. The rear seats excellent, headrest excellent, and overall the doors ziko quite excellent. So if you are a parent concerned with how your children will behave in the rear seats and how well watatoshea, I am 6 foot, quite enough legroom, and ukiconsider pia unaweza control the audio system venye nimekuonesha pale, hii gari iko excellent. Child lock, you can lock it from the front, whereby the power windows zina accessiwa at the top right here. Watoto wanaweza access yao kutoka hapa, but this is the lowest setting that it can go. The sunroof goes all the way back, as you can see, so even your kids or your dog, anyone will have excellent visibility once these shades are brought. Being a Range Rover in general means it has stigma, and the stigma isn't brought up from nowhere. So first of all, this is a very large SUV, and large SUVs, people generally take them off-roading. Their suspensions tend to be the weakest type of suspensions to be used in off-roading. They're very quality of suspensions, but they are very costly in their maintenance aspect. Once these air suspensions have any sort of damage in them, utalia tu, since they are very hefty on the pocket. Now, the other thing with this type of Range Rover HSE in particular, it is loaded with technology. And in that part, since it is heavily loaded, this means that this particular model will have slight electrical gremlins. Unazapata sometimes sensors zina throw off juu ya kitu kidogo tu, na kila kitu labda inafanya, but unazapata sensor moja tu inaharibu the function of the whole unit. Now, the best thing to do in that case is, before you purchase a vehicle, is just to check whether these vehicles have been freshly serviced. If you are buying a fresh import, check the service records, whether to confirm if those vehicles have been done their proper services as required. Ukiangalia the diesel variants such as these particular models ziko na shida ya turbo lag, turbo issues sana, turbo leaks, turbo hiyo kushikana tu juu ya suit. Basically, these are diesel vehicles, and if they aren't maintained well, your diesel accumulate can be a huge concern. So overall, I will highly recommend you to check out Range Rovers. The same is gonna issues, but those are generally the major issues that people complain about in Range Rovers. Obviously, this is a luxury model. Expect hefty service maintenance costs zikiingia kwa hizi magari. Huwezi compare hii na Prado at all, but in terms of reliability, the modern era ziko spot on. So, thank you for tuning into Drive Dive, and see you on the next episode.